Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today's March 24th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon here. There goes our system. It's moving down to the south now. It's pulling a lot of its cold air with it. There is still a thunderstorm threat out there today. We'll go over those details. We had a few thunderstorms out there yesterday. Some of those are prolific lightning producers, especially right near the Oregon-Washington border. And we're going to get a little bit of a break here before an impulse moves through tomorrow, and then a stronger storm system lurks out here south of the Aleutian Islands. You can see it on the infrared satellite imagery all the way back to the left of this screen. We'll go over those details as we go through the video this morning. Taking a look at the Doppler radar overlay, I'm going to scroll all the way back towards yesterday. You can see the spin in the atmosphere right off the Oregon coast, and you can see the prolific lightning producing thunderstorms there across some of eastern Oregon and Washington. And that's going to kick off maybe a couple more storms here, mainly across Idaho and maybe eastern Oregon here. Can't rule out maybe a stray strike back into eastern Washington as well. But for the most part, the threat has ended for western Washington and Oregon. And in fact, it may not be too bad of a day out there if you can get some sun breaks as the shower activity continues to move out of the area. Now, taking a look at SeaTac yesterday at 53, I'm hoping for a little bit warmer today. Maybe we can get above that 55, 700ths of an inch yesterday as well. And if we look at the thunderstorm threat, it does include Boise, some of eastern Oregon here, just generally to the east of Pendleton. But yeah, you can't rule out a strike maybe creeping back off to the west a little bit more here. And there is some severe weather across some of the Great Plains out there. I considered chasing that briefly, but I'm going to save my energy probably for May and June this year. Now, taking a look at the North American model, composite reflectivity, this is what the Doppler radar may look like as we go through the day today. Now, as we go through the afternoon hours, you can see that shower activity continuing to slide off to the south and east. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a thunderstorm maybe again across the Oregon-Washington border here or near Lewiston or often through Idaho, maybe eastern Oregon here as well. But the shower activity should be wrapping up as we go through tonight. But we've quickly got another system hot on its heels, going to bring another round of showers as we go through, mainly Monday afternoon here as well. And then as we scroll on in through Tuesday, those showers start to wrap up and our stronger system starts to arrive off the coastline. More on that here in a moment. If we look at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet up in the atmosphere, you can see kind of that cooler air aloft associated with some of that thunderstorm activity yesterday pushing off to the south and east. Next fairly weak system is hot on its heels there, and then we wait for the stronger storm. You can see that thing wrapping up. You can almost see the shape in the mid-latitude cyclone right off the coastline here that brings another round of active weather into the Pacific Northwest. Here we're looking at 10,000 feet as well, going down in the atmosphere. There goes our cold air moving aloft. Weak system slides through, and then you'll see our stronger storm start to arrive as we go through the day Wednesday. And if you want a nice, affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. Great smartphone app, lightning detection, all solar powered and wireless, and yeah, highly recommended. Now, looking at the high resolution rapid refresh one more time at the thunderstorm activity today, you can see it may kick off a few of those lightning strikes back into Washington, Oregon, near the border, and for Idaho, but that should be sliding off to the south and east as we go through tonight. Now, looking at lightning flash density potential on the European quickly as we go through the day today, you can see mainly across Idaho, maybe back towards the border there. But yeah, not too big of a deal, especially compared to yesterday where some of those storms were prolific lightning producers. Now, looking at the European here, this is the trough near the coastline here. This is last night's run, 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. Transient ridge kind of moves through here. We get that weak impulse, and then we await our bigger storm off the coastline here. Then that one's going to fill right off the coastline and get replaced with a strong storm that's going to impact California. And then some ridging's trying to nose in here on the European, but then as we go through the extended, of course, it is still late March and early April, so there's still going to be some troughing out and about around here again. So kind of looking off into the crystal ball there. Wouldn't get too caught up in those details, but we definitely have this stronger storm, good model agreement on it approaching the Pacific Northwest. And if we look at the European, this is last night's run. You can see the weak impulse as we go through the day tomorrow and Monday night, maybe some convergence on activity all the way in through Tuesday. And then the stronger storms. Look at that stronger storm, 980 millibar low there with the tight pressure gradient here, powerful frontal system as we go through the day Wednesday. And plenty of cold air. We could have some thunderstorm potential with that as well. And then it gets replaced with a stronger storm that's going to be impacting California as we go on towards the end of March. Now, looking at significant wave height, so you can see we're getting a little bit of a break here as we go through the day today and tomorrow, actually. But then you'll clearly see this stronger storm start to arrive and spread some bigger wave heights towards British Columbia, down through Washington, Oregon. Wave watching probably going to be best by the time you get towards Thursday morning. So get your cameras out and get to Cape Disappointment. Maybe try to correlate that with the high tide activity out there. Looking at the European 100-meter wind speeds, let's take a look at this. So what we're going to be paying attention to is the arrival of that storm. Could bring some locally windy conditions to the coastal areas, maybe some of the northwest interior as well. As you can see, that frontal system passing some point on the day Wednesday. And then there's going to be another round of wind here as we go on in through Thursday as well. As you can see, that deep low right off the coastline. Total snow, 10-to-1 ratio. This is yesterday afternoon's European, I believe. Let's scroll through here, and you can kind of see it does bring a little bit of precip with that impulse tomorrow and through Tuesday here. Maybe some locally heavier amounts with that convergence zone sets up. But then that next system arrives here, and that could bring another round of some mountain snows for BC, Washington, and Oregon there. So yeah. Fingers crossed for that. And looking at the National Blended Models, this would not be a bad day across some of the region here. You might be able to sneak out a pretty nice day if you're getting some of those sun breaks here. You know, upper 50s, 60s feels nice, or up towards 60 feels nice for this time of year. So get out there and enjoy that if you do get some of those sun breaks all the way up through southwest BC. And, you know, I think we might be underperforming a little bit on these storm systems here as far as the snowfall. We're still not bouncing back that nicely yet, but we still have the impulse tomorrow and then that next storm system rolling in here. So hopefully we can make up some of these amounts across the Cascades and up into British Columbia as well. 6 to 10 day, check it out. We got this little bit of above average here as we go through the end of March through April. We'll see how that trends because you can see much of the west here is included in the below average signal. Here's 6 to 10 day, just a little sliver there, including the Pacific Northwest. It's a big bullseye here across the southwest USA. So yeah, there's a storm system as we go through the day Wednesday. It's way out here across the Aleutian Islands. We'll be breaking that down. We'll get better on model agreement, of course, as we get closer to it. Doesn't look like a big region-wide windstorm, but it is going to be a powerful low out off of the coastline here. It could bring some windy conditions for some local areas. So anyway, we'll break that down day by day. Hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.